Hello my friend, thank you for clicking to this video. My name is Mario Ernesto, and on this video I will show you how you can replace your sewing machine hood. If your sewing machine is skipping or is breaking the thread and you have been trying to adjust and still doing the same thing, there is a big chance you need to replace your sewing machine hood. And you can apply this technique to a lot of different brands: Puff, Yuki, Console, etc, etc. For those who have been working on this trade for a long time ago, I bet you, my friend, you know how to do this. But sometimes we are so busy that we prefer to call the mechanic for him to doing it. If you have time to doing it but you don't know how, I will show you on this video. You are on the right place. So without any further to explain, let's get started, my friend. This is a brand new hood and I have been with this one for a long time. It's always good to have a spare in case if something happen with the one where you are using it, you had the extra. The other day I was sewing a hardboard panel and I was using the needle 22 and I break the needle. A day later my machine started skipping, start breaking the thread a little by little, and I adjusted. It was sewing good for about, I would say, for 2 days, but later on still doing it the same thing. And I can't adjust it anymore. Not all the time when your machine breaks the thread, you will need to replace that part. Not sometimes you just have to adjust the tension. That's it. You can see this hood, you can see the tips. That is sharp. It's so sharp. It is new. That's the way those parts are when they're new. When you're going to start taking them apart, I recommend you to have like a magnet. Why magnet? Because you're going to remove some tiny screw that you need to put them in a safe place. Don't lose none of those screws. Make sure to put them on a safe place because you have to put it back. Okay. My machine is so dirty. I will clean it at the end. I will blow all that dust and I will put new oil. So, but that will be at the end. First, I'm going to remove this screw. It's a flat. See, one is, and I got the other one. Simple. Now I put a flat screwdriver under and I remove that part and I put them on the magnet. So I got that part out. You're going to remove some other part. I already removed the bobbin. I'm going to lift this part. Okay, pay attention to this part right here. It has 2 flat screws and you're going to remove it. There is one. Loosen it a little bit. See, it's easy to come out. You can apply these techniques to so many brands sewing machine. So I already removed loose those 2 screws, but I had to remove that part. I won't be able to remove or take that part out without removing this first. So I got one small tiny flat screw and I'm going to remove one more. I recommend you, if you have a flat screwdriver that have like a magnet, that will be perfect. See, that is the screw. So now I just move the center bar up and this part is out. So are you with me? Now I lose that screw and I just remove that part. See, till now I have been removing 1, 2, 3 parts plus the screw. I have to remove the presser foot. That part is out too. And I need to remove the center part because you see I tried to pull this part out and I can't. So what do you have to do? Remove this part. Should I remove the needle? Yes, it will be easy if I remove the needle too, but I don't have to remove the needle. The needle can be right there. See, and this part is out. I lose the 2 screws from the bottom, and that part is out. Simple as that. You can apply this technique for those machines who have the hood sideways. Check this out, guys. That is the old one. You see that one is not sharp? I sharpened it before and last me for about, I would say, 2 years. But now you can see it. Need a new one. It need a new one. I will see if I can show you on the new one. Check the new one. Can you see? It is so sharp. Right there. So sharp. It is brand new. I will clean them at the end. And I don't worry about that thing right now. I just want to show you how you can replace it. So this is the new one. I'm going to push it in a little by little, and you will hear a click. This part is so important. You see the needle have like a curve in there? If the hood, the tip of the hood is hitting the top part of that curve, it's not going to sew in. Your machine is not going to sew in. If it's hitting the bottom part, it's not going to sew in either. It should be exactly right there. If it is far away from that curve, it's not going to sew in. So make sure to that part be exactly on the middle of that curve. So it's in already. You can see him on there. It's in. It's in. It's not tight, but it's in. I will put this part. If you never do this before, you might get nervous, and I understand that part. So I recommend you to take a photo or video in case if you don't remember how those parts were in there, you will have that video or that photo. So I'm going to tie this part, and it is tied. So this is crucial. This step that is coming is crucial. And I'm going to make it so obviously that way you can see it. I'm going to put a circle in there because I know it is hard to see in it. I have a light, but even with light it's hard to see in it. See right there? Right there. It's exactly. You got it? All right, my friend. And let's keep going. I'm going to leave that part right there because it's on the right position. I am not going to move it. What am I going to do? I'm going to move the camera a little bit back because I'm going to lift that part. Right there is the curve. I just touch it with a flat screwdriver. So now I move the camera back a little bit and I'm going to lift this part. The hood is not moving it. Perfect. So that part is up now. I'm going to tie those 2 screws. Make sure the hood have like a some gap in there, and you will notice when you are tying them. So let's see it. Perfect, right? Check it out. It doesn't have needle, thread. It is not necessary. But it looks like if it's going to sewing good. I haven't put the thread yet, but it looks like. Why? Because I can tell you, see? Exactly. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think you can see it better on there. Okay, those screws are tight. The hood is in. I'm going to put this part. And that part has to get in there. It's way easier by removing the needle. I haven't removed it. Usually I don't remove it. But if you decided to remove the needle, it will be easier for you. So I put the part and I tie the screw. I put the other small screw. And those screws are tied. I will put a little bit of oil. I'm going to check it. If it is skipping, I might remove it. I might adjust it a little bit. So that part, this is just making sure. Put a little bit of oil. I will clean it later, like I said, with air pressure and oil. So make sure that hood have like a dent, not dent, a bump right there. Can you see it? So make sure that it has to be in there. That have like a gap in there, and it has to be exactly on that part, right there. That will lock the hood. Okay, right there, it's locked. So now I'm just going to put the 2 screw and I'm going to tighten it. And then I will put the presser foot with the center guide. And make sure to type those parts. So those parts are tight. So now we'll put a bobbin in there, D92. And we're going to find out if I did it right. You have a brand new hood, and this is the old one right there. I close that part, and let's sew a piece of material. And I'm going to use this. If I did something wrong, right here, I will skip or I will break that thread, right there. Apparently everything is working fine, but I'm going to check and I'm going to make the stitch a little bit bigger on this material, because sometimes when you replace the hood and the stitch is small, your machine is sewing perfectly, but when you make that stitch bigger, your machine starts skipping or start breaking the thread. So make sure to do that soon after you replace that part, and you can see it. If you have a sewing machine and you have been breaking so many needles and you have been adjusted before and your machine is still giving you a hard time, it's still giving you a headache, you know, sometimes you are working and you want to finish the job, and when the machine start doing that, it's stressful. It's stressful. The purpose of my video is to teaching you about upholstery. This video, I am not showing you or I am not teaching you about upholstery, but I am teaching you how you can replace this part. Otherwise, you will have to call a mechanic, and you know sometimes the mechanic are so busy that they don't have time. And you have to make an appointment with them. And here's the thing. You have a job that I need to be done soon as possible, and the mechanic don't have time to come to your shop. What am I gonna do? You have to wait. You don't have no choice. So right here on this video, I am teaching you how you can do it. Thank you, my friend, for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do it. I upload videos related to upholstery so often, so feel free to subscribe, and see you on the next video.